I know now what it feels like to feel certain about something that you're in flow with, something that it like really just speaks to you.
I want to just jump back to when you first became aware of maybe an interest in acting or art, or just being theatrical, being an entertainer or performer of any kind. Do you have any milestones? Like, what do you remember from the early days of being interested?
You know, it's funny because it's not till I became an adult that I started to really see the early formations of that. I used to tell people like, oh, I didn't know I was creative until I got to college. And then I look back and I see like I was always trying to perform for people. I was super obnoxious preteen.
What did that look like? What would you do?
I was very hyperactive. I was bouncing off the walls. I was always doing crazy shit to like shock people and like make them laugh. Like I remember like oh my God, I remember like coloring my butt blue with a marker and then just like showing my friends being like, yo, check this out. And they were like, what? I was always like performing, you know, trying to like really just shock and make people laugh. There was a theme of my childhood and like adolescent years of just wanting to get caught up in whatever the crowd was doing. I was very suggestible, I'd say. And so I kind of got pulled wherever my friend group was going. And it wasn't until I broke away from that and went to college that I started to really find what my own interests and my own passions were. So in high school, I did start acting, I guess. There was a school play, and I was like, yeah, I kind of want to do that. My first role was Eponine in Les Mis, and it was awesome, and it was a blast. But, you know, a lot of people play sports in high school, and they're not like, I'm going to be a professional soccer player. So, you know what I mean?
Totally.
So that was definitely my experience. I was like, this was fun. And then when I got to college, a friend was just like, oh, well, you did a couple plays in high school. You should come audition for the plays here at college. I was like, yeah, that sounds super fun. I didn't know people were going to college and studying theater. So I mentioned earlier that I've always struggled with feeling a real sense of direction and sense of clarity. I've always kind of like wrestled with like making decisions. But acting, when I started acting in college, maybe one of the only times ever did I feel like without a shadow of a doubt, like complete and utter certainty. Some people would call it a calling, I guess. I guess that's what a calling feels like. I was like, this is what I should be doing a lot.
What did it feel like? What did it feel like in that moment?
I just started to notice that acting was getting me interested in things that never interested me. Mostly history.
Okay.
Like I started wanting to know, like, what was like World War II really about? Like I learned about that in high school, but I never gave a shit until now, because I'm doing Arthur Miller. Acting was the thing that got me interested in the experiences of other people. It pulled me outside of myself, and it was so refreshing. And I was like, I want that forever and always. Like that is it. Now people ask me, oh, like, well, do you want to be a director or do you want to produce? And I'm like, I really love acting. Like, sure, but this is my thing. It's the appetizer, the main course, and dessert. I love it. I know now what it feels like to feel certain about something that you're in flow with, something that it like really just speaks to you.